Okay, well, this is the 20th in the series of videos for the techniques to develop a physician work RVU tracker. For those of you who have been following along, in the last video we created a very small report called RVU Today, and that was then used in a way to embed it within our main form, which is actually, this is the caption, the real name is FRM main. And as we click on buttons, it will add to that total value. All right, so in this video, I'd like to go back to making forms. Reports are fun and so are forms, but let's make another form based on query today. So what we're going to make is a pop-up day sheet. So we'll click here and go create. So it's selected here. So if you click form, it'll bring your form up, and by default it brings it up in the layout view. You can take it to the design view, go to your details section, click in here, and then if you click out on this little box here, it actually highlights all the fields that are in the detail area. You can go to your Arrange tab, and if you'll notice all the way over here on the left, it says Remove Layout. And that's what we just did. By clicking it, you remove the layout. So now they're all kind of independent fields, if you will. Okay, and we can get rid of some of this other stuff, which I don't really like looking at. Okay, we'll take that up. And we'll go back to our layout view, and now we can resize a lot of these things and give them. And if you didn't do that, and you tried it, if you didn't remove the layout and you did this, they'd all pivot together, which is kind of irritating. So we got to remove the layout. Oh, you know what? We'll make it even smaller. You're never going to have more than 5 digits. This one you don't know about. You know, it could be anything. And this one could expand, but probably not that much on a daily basis. It'd be the rare day you're over 100 RVUs. Okay. Well, maybe you're a neurosurgeon. Possible. All right, we'll save that. And as soon as you hit save, they're going to want you to title it. And this is a form, FRM, and today, and we'll put DS for day sheet. Save it. And we'll bring up our property sheet, and these headers here, you can change them under the caption, and you can call them something else. So we'll call this work RVU. And let's find a different one. There's that one. Okay, CPT add, we'll just call it CPT. Go through these pretty quick. Date add, we can call it date. For DS add, we'll call it description. For that's it. Okay, let's go to our form view. And for pop-up, this is what makes it exciting. Make it a yes. Modal no, all records yes. In formatting, single form default view, no. We want our default view to be the datasheet view. Oh yeah, okay. One of the little things about access. Before we can put it into datasheet view, we got to save and close and then reopen it. Crazy, huh? So now we're going to reopen FRM Today DS, and it actually resizes it for us. And it let's go to design view, and there it is, datasheet view. Allow form view. You know what? Just say no, because we don't want it to go to no right now. You cannot set a form to datasheet. Okay, so one of the other problems, yes, before changes, no. Oh, really? Oh, datasheet view. Okay, this one has to be datasheet view, yes. Change this one to no, read ahead, okay. So we don't really want to see it in form view. We always want to see it in datasheet view. Comes up as a list, in other words, instead of just individual forms. All right, I hope that's clear. Auto center should be a yes. You want it to go right to the center. Auto resize, screen fit. Record selectors, no. We don't like that bar on the side. Navigation buttons, a two-edged sword. There's a create new record at the bottom, which if you hit it, then you got to deal with that. So, but it does tell you how many records you have, which is nice. So, but let's say no. Navigation caption. Some of these things I really honestly don't know what they all do. Okay, but let's save that. And anything else I want? Oh yeah, let's go to date add, and we can do center on the date. Description we want to leave as a left. Let's put left. I think it's, yeah, it already is left. Details, forms, RVU add looks nice when it's in the middle. Okay, we don't care about ID. Save it and close it. And go to FRM main, go to design view, and we can make a new button. Grab a button, place the button. Now, if you do it this way, if you go to form operation, open form, it's okay, but there's one little glitch that you just got to be ready for. And we'll call this daysheet. Daysheet. And you can give the button a name, CMD, daysheet, in case you ever have to reference it. And we'll select, hold down the control key, and do our little sizing things to the shortest. We'll do our little alignment thing to the top. And now we've got a button. And I don't even like the, I'm just really not liking blue anymore. And you can go here and fill color with something else. Anything else. Oh shoot, I did both of them. Let's undo that. This one, right click, fill color. Try that. We'll leave that one its own color. Okay, so what did I do? I created a button based on this. But one of the things you got to, this is the little glitch in the thing that you got to remember. On the onClick event, it does, and when you go through the wizard, it does create a embedded macro. But on that embedded macro, it always expects you want to go to the form view. So if you don't change this to datasheet view, you're going to scratch your head, which I've done. Why is that not going to datasheet view? And that's the answer. You got to make sure that your embedded macro says datasheet view here. It's simple enough, but you can search around for it, trying to figure it out for a while. Okay, so back to the form view, and if we click here, it's all big because we've made some changes to it. And we can, you got to save it, even when it's not in the layout or the design view, you save it. And so when you click it again from here, it'll stay its size, same size. Oh, look at that. CPT didn't center. Okay, so we got to go through that whole thing again. Design view, find our CPT, CPT add, format, left. Let's put it in the center. Save, close, open, resize, save, close, open. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fun. Now, one other thing. So there you have it. You know what? We can just actually close that all the way down. Don't even need to see it. And we'll bring that over. Save it again. one of the other things that is available. Oh, well, let me show you this. So let's. We already saved it. Let's close it and add another button. Now go back to your day sheet, and it just added in another. Well, let's add something different so you can really tell. Let's add in a parotid. Click a parotid. Go to our day sheet, and it's putting it at the bottom. So you could do this from newest to oldest, and it'll put it at the top. Save that. If you want to see them, if you add them in, the last one in is the top one. Okay, so let's add in the septoplasty day sheet, and there it is. Now, if it goes off the screen, you can just scroll to it, or you actually can pull it down a little bit. Now, the 9 codes, as everybody knows on the physician side, are the E&M codes, or the codes that you see for each individual patient. They're not procedure codes. So you see a patient in the office, or for that matter in the hospital, you generate a 9 code. And 9 codes can, on a date, okay, one more thing we can change. Doggone it. Form, it has its own caption, and we can call this day sheet. Okay, keep going back and forth through this. Close, open, resize, save. Now it says day sheet up here. Okay, and if some cryptic words. Close, reopen, be in the middle, day sheet. So the 9 codes represent individual patients, and it does have conditional formatting. Now I'm not in design view to do this. You're just in regular view, but you can highlight at the top here, and it gives you this pull down options, and you can go to conditional formatting. And what we want to conditional format is the CPT codes. Now, and you want the new formatting rules: check values in the current record or use an expression. Compared to other records, you can get this banding color of some, and I don't know, I haven't used this, but maybe there's a use for it. But it's one of these kind of wizard things. If you do this in a query, you got all kinds of colors. But here they actually only give you color red, which is a little irritating. But you can do the expression is, and you can do your little build button, and you're going to look for what are we looking for? CPT add. You can double click it. When CPT add equals, I always hit the wrong button there, equals, I'm in the dark, equals quotation marks 99244, and you can make this same button over and over again, and you don't have to go here. You can just type that same thing, or you can control C and copy it, and then just make a bunch of these. And why would you want to do that? Oh, wait a minute, let me edit that rule again. It doesn't look like it turned red, so that'll make this red. Okay, and apply and say okay. So when you're when you're reading at your day sheet, you want to say, okay, there's a visit, there's a visit. You can actually just count the red ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, eight CPT codes, or 9 codes. And so there's 8 patients. And if you look at maybe the nurse's day sheet and they say, oh, there's 10 patients, well, you might have missed one. It happens to me actually quite a bit. But we straighten it out by the end of the day. My partner, he's actually a lot better at it than I am. He just keeps a tick sheet, and at the end of the day, and puts them all in at once instead of trying to put them in on the fly and get interrupted and miss something. But anyway, yeah, if you build this, you may have your own style and find all kinds of new and novel ways of presenting things. But anyway, I haven't found a good way to do this conditional formatting. You can add a new rule and go through it pretty quickly. You can right click and paste and say it was 99245. Okay, and I don't know if we even hook that button up. Say okay and apply and okay. Well, let's just hook it up. Let's hook up 992. Let's see. No, it is there. Okay, it is there. Never mind. We don't need to. Click on the day sheet. 99245 should show up. 99245 did not show up. Okay, probably I did it too fast. Yes. Edit rule. Well, here's a little educational. Edit rule, click on the red. Make sure it turns red here before you click away. All right, close that, yes that. Day sheet. Now the 99245 is red as well. So if you're reading through this is a procedure, FNA, that's a procedure, that's a procedure, procedure, procedure. Everything that's red is a 9 code, and you could go through actually all of these, all the buttons that represent, established patients, new patients, and you could have another one you wouldn't want to do telephone. I mean, that's not a patient you saw. That, anyway, now that I'm okay, well, that's about all I wanted to say about pop-up day sheets, but it is a way that you can keep track on the fly and see what you're adding in terms of how many patients are coming in. Now, there's an easy way to put a counter here, but it would count all of these to make a counter that would just count the 9 codes or the E&M codes. It's probably possible. I would have to work that out with something, but I haven't done that. And what I do is just count. I don't know. If you're seeing 60 patients a day, I guess it could be a big number, but I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't be needing to do a tracker if you're doing 60 patients a day. You're well over whatever they're expecting of you to meet your bonus quota for the end of the year. Okay, well, I'm going to end right there, and we'll post this one, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much for your attention.